YouTube, what's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. Please excuse my voice, I'm fighting a cold, but I really wanted to bring you guys this video because I know you guys were dying to see it. So I'm doing webbed box braids and I'm using Murray's Edge Wax to define my parts today. And I'm just starting this style off by parting my rows and doing a French braid in between each row. And y'all, like, let me tell you, this hairstyle is a lot more complicated than it looks like. So if I ever have to do this again, like, hopefully nobody in their life ever requests this again. But if they do, like, I'm for sure charging coins because it's not even hard, but it's super tedious. So after I do each row and put a French braid in between, I'm going to go out and part out my sections for my box braids. And I'm doing triangular sections for these. And I'm going to rubber band them just to keep them separated, but I'm not putting it on super tight because I'm going to end up taking those off and parting sections out of them again. Before I start any box braids, I am going to section out each row and each triangular part, and this will just help save time. And guys, trust me, I did this style twice in one day. The first time it took me 7 hours, and this time it only took me 3, so that is a very important step. Like, you want to separate out everything. So this part is like one of the most important parts. You need to make sure that the lines for your triangles are matching up. And the reason why is because when you go to do those small braids, it needs to pass through multiple rows. So you want to make sure that the points of the triangles are at the same spot and the lines are matching up so that you can do a diagonal braid that would cross through both. So you will see me using my comb as a guide just to make sure my lines are as straight as possible and everything is lining and matching up. Okay guys, so this is the part that is super tedious. I'm going to start from the top, and anywhere that the triangles lines meet up, I'm going to be doing a small braid going down. In this step, you will see why it's so important that your lines are matching up, because whatever direction that your braid is going in, it should be like easy to see those lines where those braids need to be. Once a triangular section is surrounded by the small little braids, at that point I put the edge control on and rubber band it for a box braid because that means that that section is ready. Guys, I know this is kind of confusing, and for me, I think some styles are really just needed to be taught hands-on, and this is definitely one of those things. Sometimes also it's just easier to look instead of me explaining it, but the best way I can explain it is just where those lines meet up for your triangles, you are doing small braids. And it does take a lot of patience because you'll think you're done with the little braids and it's like, oh my god, like I need to put another little braid right here. So definitely hang in there. And really, I tried 2 different methods when doing this. I did another client right before her and I kind of was getting frustrated doing all the little braids, so I tried to do the box braids and the little braids as I went, and it literally took me 7 hours. So once I did it this way where I sectioned everything out, it only took me 3 hours. So really just be patient and do your best to like get all those little braids done, and then once you get to the box braids, it's literally the easiest part of this hairstyle. The ends of the little braids are just going to be added into the triangular parts for the box braids, and you want to add it in a way where you can kind of still see the design. So I just kind of played around with which braids I added the end of the braids into, just to make sure it still had that kind of like triangular look. So as you can see in this one here, I didn't put that end of the braid in there just because if I would have pulled it in there, it would have messed up the design. And this is what it looks like when I have finished all of the small braids. And for the top, I did a small braid down the middle, and there are still intersecting braids in the top section. I just separated it with one braid down the middle. So this is like the easiest part for me, is just connecting and doing my box braids. And I have found that whenever I'm doing the rubber band method for box braids, I like to use the 2-strand method. And if you're not sure what that is, I did a video on my channel, how to start box braids. I'll link it in the description section for you guys. I'm using the 2-strand method, and the reason why I like to use that is because I found that the braids are really flexible. Like they're able to be pulled up into a ponytail right away without hurting the client. Also, when using the rubber band method, it's really important that you don't put the rubber bands too tight. I made that mistake when I was doing my own hair, and so since then I've always been super cautious whenever I'm using the rubber band method on my clients. I never wrap the rubber band more than 4 times. Here I am setting my client's hair with the moisturizing wrapping lotion. It's called Foam, and I'm just doing that to give like an extra hold, and then I'm gonna seal the ends with boiling hot water and trim them. And guys, this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I really appreciate everybody who like interacts with me on my community tab. I'm trying to post on there regularly just so like I can interact with you guys more on a daily basis. And as always, if there's anything you guys would like to see, go ahead and leave a comment. Make sure you guys like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you guys would like to see more videos like this. And I will catch you guys in my next video.